Hi there guys, it's me again, Ryan JC, and today what I want to be talking about is a topic which makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable. And that's mainly because they don't quite understand why it is certain people do it, or perhaps it's making them feel uncomfortable because they have some sort of experience within their past where they've actually attempted to do this. Okay? That topic is suicide. What I'm going to give you here is what happens next. It's what happens after somebody has committed suicide. Now, I've told people this already within my YouTube channel about the etheric plane. You see, what you got to understand is the etheric plane is a dimension in and of itself. It's not heaven, and it's not hell. Hell doesn't actually exist, at least in the way that most Christians believe it does. And it's the same for heaven. I'm not saying there isn't a heaven, but hell itself, not so much. There isn't a guy with a pitchfork and huge horns with red skin. And because these dimensional layers of existence exist between frequencies, meaning you've got the highest levels of realities, which means the many heavens this can be likened to in many different scriptures, and you've also got the lowest of the lows, the planes of existences where certain things dwell which you don't really want to bump into. The etheric realm is a place of reflection, because your subconscious mind will project itself into your space. Now obviously you could see how this could become an issue for somebody who's mentally unstable, thinking about crazy thoughts, and when I say crazy I mean they're buying into their illusions of the beliefs of other people who doubt them and say that they can't do anything. If they stop listening to their inner heart space, or they stop listening to their intuition that constantly reassures them their self-worth, then what happens is, within the society, because everyone's actually hurting, hurt people hurt people. So a lot of people become really depressed when they're absorbing everyone else's negativity. And as long as they're focusing on that rather than their own inner voice, their own support structure, then what's going to happen is they're going to start feeling and embodying negative thoughts. So those same thoughts will be projected out into the etheric realm. Now this is a huge problem, because what if they had an insecurity about being fat, or maybe too skinny? Then all of a sudden they're in this new dimensional space where there's mirrors everywhere, and they're looking at their own reflection, all distorted and skinny or incredibly morbidly obese. And then to accompany that, all of the heartfelt emotions that they've cultivated and collected throughout their experience here on Earth. So your subconscious mind's going to play on you, especially if you're not dealing with your shadow aspects of yourself. Those parts of you that keep whispering in your ear or inside of your mind, telling you who you are or who it thinks you are. You could actually end up bumping into another aspect of you that looks exactly like you, but really is just the bully version of you, which could bully you into a constant perpetuating state of hell. So everyone's hell is of their own design, naturally, when they leave after committing suicide, or even if they die with an unbalanced mindset. The difference is, when you die with an unbalanced mindset, you're not committing suicide. Really, it's all to deal with energy. People who want to end their own life because they're mentally unstable often have a higher amount of angst, anxiety, of negative energy, which is really compressed, and that's why it causes them to act so abruptly. Whereas most people who just pass on with a dodgy mindset, they can often deal with their own reflections pretty easily, after then moving on to the next stage. The next stage is the life review. They'll end up watching every experience that they've had where they've caused harm emotionally or physically onto other people. And they'll be forced to watch it over and over again until they get that their existence here has made such an impact on someone else's life. Because maybe they weren't quite conscious of that whilst they were doing it, whilst they were inflicting this pain, emotionally or physically. But after seeing it in third person over and over again, eventually that part of themselves that always knew the effect that they could have on others will make them aware of their choices within the past. Cool thing is about this dimension, your awareness is pretty high, meaning you already know that you're dead. When you're encountering the etheric plane, however, when you're encountering your projections, it's not always the case. Most people who are encountering their projections, because their level of consciousness is so low, they don't actually realize that they're dead. So they could believe that it's the end of the world. They could leave their house and start seeing zombies everywhere because they've been influenced by the media, and actually believe that the apocalypse is upon them. And if that is the case, then they're not going to realize that they're dead, so they're going to be there for a very, very, very long time. Not only that, but their subconscious mind, because that now believes that they're not dead, it's going to constantly project experiences to that person which reassure that belief that that person is not dead. So they're going to be there for a very, very long time, you know? They're going to start thinking, wait a second, maybe I could be dead, but then all of a sudden they're going to hear their mum's voice shouting off in the distance. And their subconscious mind's going to use that emotional attachment towards a family member to make them sit in the belief that, you know what, this is real. Because I can't imagine a reality without my mum or my dad, brothers and sisters. Now, of course, your subconscious mind isn't evil. It's not trying to do this on purpose. It's not trying to batter you and make you just feel terrible. Your subconscious mind is you. It's your thoughts. You created the thoughts. You need to undo the thoughts. Okay? I don't recommend anybody taking their own life. It doesn't matter how bad this world gets. If you cross over with a dodgy mindset, a completely messed up state of mind, that place will be tailor-made for you, okay? That place knows every button to push to make you feel worse. And if it feels like the day over there is dragging, that's because it's doing that deliberately, because it knows that you hate that. If you feel the need to fall asleep because you feel tired, okay, your astral body's creating that sensation of tiredness because it has the information from your physical body, because it's, again, supporting the belief that you think that you're alive still, then guess what? That sun is never going down, okay? Trust me, it's never going down. So after the life review, you'll be bumped up to another dimension. Because when you start to see the impact you have on others, your awareness goes up and so does your vibration. You'll become a better person in the astrals, in the afterlife. You should already be that way now in the physical body. So that when you do leave this physical body, you go straight to the higher dimensions, or in other words, the higher heavens. That's where the deities are, that's where the spirit guides are, the so-called angels. And by the way, when you see those beings, they do not look like they have feathered wings with the halos. It's actually much more incomprehensible. Well, at least it used to be back in the olden days before they had CGI. Nowadays, you could actually create an image of what an angel actually looks like using your computer, which would be cool to see in a movie. But then you start to speak with them. And then you'll start to remember your life purpose, why you came here in the first place. And maybe if it wasn't your time to opt out, but you left too early, you may reconsider your options. Should you stay where you are, or should you reincarnate again, and hopefully you won't knock yourself down or give in to that negativity to the point where you do take your own life. So I'm Ryan JC. This is going to be about doing. This is what happens after you commit suicide. No matter how bad it is, guys. Trust me. The thing is, you don't remember how badly you wanted to be here. And you won't remember until you break through. Meaning you won't remember until you leave this physical body, you leave this character, and you start to remember who you were. You start to remember your thoughts. You start to remember planning everything, planning your name, remembering your abilities. Okay? You don't want to end it here, get there, remember, and then have to live your life all over again. It's best to find a way to remember your memories, to remember why you came here, so that that emotional content, that willingness, that hope, that happiness, that excitement for 3D outweighs the negativity built up here. Now, you've lived a very long time within these other dimensions. Of course, you're not bound by your physical body. So you've been excited for a long, long time, far greater than how long you've been around already in this life. So I'm Ryan JC. This has been your potential. Stay happy. Do something that breaks the cycle of negativity. Breaks the cycle of, well, stagnation. And I'll speak to you guys pretty soon. Peace.